I gotta get into that Buckley voice. Gotta get raspy. Okay. Originally, I thought Doctor Strange 2 was going to be a horror film, but 20 minutes into the... Oh, sorry, I gotta really... Originally, I thought Doctor Strange 2 was going to be a horror film, but 20 minutes in, the only horror I felt was knowing that there were still 100 left to go. While I was filling up on good slush and bad film, I was completely lost on what or who this film was about. While I have seen the first Doctor Strange film, it did me little good as random character after character was vomited onto the screen with no regard for the viewer. You can take your fan service and cameos and shove it up your ass, the same place you pulled them from in the first place. I had no idea what was going on throughout this picture, and I had no hopes for this film. I was disappointed on all fronts.
Let the record show that Mr. Buckley has finished his intro, and we can commence. Hello, Joe.
Yes, hello, Nick.
It's good to see you again.
No, well, it's you know, I wish I could. I wish you guys weren't forced on me, but you know, I'll take what I can get. I'll take what I can get.
Well, you know, we're all doing our part
we're
here.
All pals here.
Well, court-appointed pals, if sure, but
legally mandated pals.
Yeah, and legally mandated today to talk about your viewing of Doctor Strange.
Okay, so I think I did very good here.
Nicholas, you went with him to the theater, so he did not cam rip again.
No, that is correct. I made sure that Mr. Buckley paid for his ticket. I
did not pay for this film.
Okay,
I had a free pass.
I made sure that he went into a theater and redeemed a free pass to go see this movie, and sat with him.
I didn't want to give Disney any of my money.
Well, there's a fine right there. I watched him. Okay. I took notes for the court to usher into evidence.
Okay.
And it was
but you know,
hell of a time.
I had no snacks. I had no distractions. I only had the film and my notes.
That's right. The way it should be. The way any movie nerd cinephile should watch a movie.
Now, Mr. Buckley, as you know, on the show, you're supposed to have 2 court-appointed co-hosts. Okay.
Oh, well, no, I mean, I only pulled Nick for this one, so I don't know.
I know you did.
Can Trevor make it, or?
I know you did, and I
What's
went ahead
Trevor doing?
I filled the third mic for you to help you out, just to give the audience...
Is Sean coming back?
I will get to it after some pomp and circumstance. To give the audience further context, Joe was sued essentially by Hollywood, by the studios, by the filmmakers, for...
Yes, they put a gag on me.
Pirating films, for talking about films he's never seen with confidence that he never earned, and for just being insufferable when it came to his film snobbery. And that's why we're here. That's why we're court-ordered to be here. That's why Nick is paid to be here. He's not your friend.
What? I'm not paid.
Yeah, you're not paid because you owe the court. You owe Johnny Law because you lost the case and you conceded again in front of a judge. So this is the second time in which you rolled over like a dog.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm on double super probation. I can't handle this. You know, I'm already in trouble because I speed too fast, and now this. So I couldn't handle the heat.
Okay. Well, to help us get through Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, this is somebody from your past, someone I think that you'll be excited to see.
Oh, who is it? Is it, let me think, it's
Nope, it's not Emily, the girl with the blue hair that slapped the shit out of you.
That was on film. That was for camera.
No, we all know that was very real, and that look on your face was reality.
No, Joe, it was a hard slap.
It's Mr. Hunter M. Gallows, your former producer of the Benevolent Buckley Show.
Nice.
You show me that fucko, and I will give him a tongue lashing.
Well. Look what the cat dragged in to babysit the pig. How you doing, Oinker Buckley? I see you're still wearing that filthy, disgusting, putrid black cloak that never really fit. Man, you've stretched it out pretty hardcore in the days of COVID. How you doing, Buckley?
Hey, listen here, body shamer! I am healthy at any size, and I just want to tell you, Siskel, I'm the Ebert of this podcast, and you are not going to take that away from me.
Yeah, no shit. You're John as it is.
Let the record show that Mr. Buckley's penis is out for this recording for some reason.
Oh, God.
That's because my zipper broke on the costume. That's not my fault. I told costuming to take care of that. They didn't. They ignored I don't know what's going on down there.
Joe, this is an audio deposition. I don't understand why you felt the need to squeeze yourself into the cloak in the first place.
The air is thick with
because I
smegma.
thought the audience would enjoy it. Because I want to bring entertainment to the audience. I want to bring fun to the audience. Something this movie didn't want to do, but I want to do it for you.
Yeah, and you did it so well during our days at WQVT. You were
Everyone loved the Benevolent Buckley show.
Oh, yeah. I'll remember all those comments you got. They were so complimentary.
Well, you know what? Not everybody will like the same thing, but the fans, we heard the fans, and the fans wanted more, so we brought it to them.
Yeah, our fans were great. They fucking showed up with a weapon. I still can't lift my arm very high. Our fans are fucking great, Joe. Your fans are the best, right?
Well, you know what? That affected me too. You know what? I can't. Sometimes whenever I bend down, my back hurts because of that. Sometimes my back hurts because of that.
That's because of the tits.
No, that's not because of the tits. That's because I sustained an onset injury that you people didn't admit me to the ER afterwards, and that was your fault.
I was the one that was bleeding, motherfucker. I didn't go to no ER. You know what I got? I got a pink slip. I got a pink slip to go with your pink sock.
No, absolutely not.
54 minutes remaining.
You know why you got fired? You got fired because you shouldn't even be allowed to be on a set. You are nasty. You were rude to me the entire time. I was just trying to give a good show to the people, and you destroyed it.
Nicholas, can you please walk us through the viewing of Doctor Strange and what went on with Mr. Buckley?
I think I was a well-behaved gentleman.
Mr. Buckley was in better spirits than most times when I've observed him. He did, in fact, sit through the entirety of the runtime.
Yes, I did.
He had one red slush, and I believe
no
that
peeing
was
either.
No peeing. He
did not get up once.
He kept his inflammatory remarks surprisingly to a minimum. However, he had it appeared he had some difficulty comprehending what was being shown to him, or whose faces, or whose, or which characters or what.
Big.
Are there any fines that you believe need to be levied against Mr. Buckley?
Well, yes, I do. He made some remarks in regard to the director of the film.
Come on, Sam Raimi?
Yeah, it was, which I found to be odd, quite frankly. And he also did not recognize Bruce Campbell somehow.
Holy
I did not until the
shit.
scene was over.
You did not recognize him until I told you it was Bruce Campbell.
Yes, that's true, but I may have recognized him in the end credit scene. I'm not sure.
That's because you had already seen him earlier in the movie, and I told you it was Bruce Campbell.
I believe it.
No. But I was saying, if you hadn't have told me, I may have recognized him in the end credit scene. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
So what is your problem with Sam Raimi, Joe Buckley?
I just didn't think he was allowed to direct how he probably wanted to. I think there was too much meddling.
I have a direct quote, sarcastically. I really feel his influence as a director on this.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Joe said.
Yes, Ryan, that's what Joe said.
Joe, there are multiple moments in this movie that feel very much like Sam Raimi.
I understand there's a couple zooms and like the little skeletons, but it just didn't.
The whole end of the movie, it's a fucking Doctor Strange zombie.
No, but there's Sam Raimi. First hour and 45 minutes before that. That's my issue.
Mr. Buckley's comments came approximately 25 minutes into the film.
Oh, I'm not surprised. And yet for somebody who's going to wave the flag for old school Sam Raimi, his biggest star, his biggest collaborator, Mr. Bruce Campbell, You didn't even recognize him.
I have a hard time with faces. I've always said that.
When asked
That
how
makes no
Mr. Buckley
sense.
felt about the character Pizza Papa, Mr. Buckley remarked, like, do you know who that is, Joe? He's like, oh no, who is it? Yeah, frankly, I was shocked. This one could have been, might as well have been served on a silver platter to him.
Well, we should probably say real quick, there's going to be a lot of spoilers throughout this thing. Not only the spoils that emanate from Joe's breath, the spoiled meat stink, but I mean the spoils for the movie. We're going to spoil. So if you haven't seen Doctor Strange Part 2, we're going to ruin it for you. Just like Joe Buckley spoiled my fucking career as a TV producer.
I think you spoiled your career yourself. You did not give me the creative freedom I needed to blossom. You took my budget away from me. You were on my set. You were yelling at me. I did not like it. I don't like when people yell at me.
Well, don't make yourself so yellable at.
I think you may recall that there's a fine for raising your voice in these depositions.
Where are we at, Mr. Schwartz, you believe?
I'd like to start the bidding off at $650.
I do not have $650.
Okay.
No, but your grandma probably does.
I am on low income.
You're on a fixed income?
I am. I'm on a fixed income.
Okay, well, you're going to fix that income directly to the court's bank account. So, gentlemen, the remaining 49 minutes are yours to do as you wish.
Okay.
Joe, I guess I'd like to hear, just in general, what were your expectations going into the movie?
I knew it was going to be confusing because I wasn't up to date. But I thought since I had seen Doctor Strange, I thought I would have a handle on this. But no, it was nothing.
But Joe, you do realize MCU is a connected universe. So Doctor Strange came out fucking, 6 years ago, 7 years ago?
But this is Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah, no, it's not Doctor Strange 2. It's Doctor Strange in the multiverse.
They said that Doctor Strange 2 multiverse.
But you know that it's a continuing connected universe. So you can't just go watch Doctor Strange and then jump into the sequel, because it's not really a sequel. It's, at this point, everybody knows it's a continuing, it's more of a serial. Each movie is a continuing chapter.
I will concede on Mr. Buckley's behalf that jumping into it is not the most accessible of franchises by this point. And I would grant a bit of leeway. I'm more interested in Mr. Buckley's feelings on the film as a whole, because there is a lot that you can enjoy not knowing what the broader context. I think you could possibly piece a few things together. Okay. So that's about where my mercy ends.
Good. Good.
However, I think we can all at this point, say that the greater Marvel Cinematic Universe is becoming a bit unwieldy, and we should look into we should focus our analysis of this more on the film itself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Which Joe Buckley had a hard time doing.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, so the biggest thing is this is my issue. This is just my problem. But every single time I heard the name Doctor Strange, the only thing I can think of is Doctor Strange Love.
I believe that a fine. Is that a fine?
Yeah, it is a fine. We knew
that's not even a joke. That's just a truth.
We knew the joke was coming. We called it a week ago, and I gave Mr. Buckley the benefit of the doubt that we wouldn't be hearing it. And lo and behold, it was one of the first things he said when we sat down.
But that's literally not even a joke. I mean, that's true.
No, it's just a comment, like many, many other things.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know exactly how to start with this. I mean, I guess we begin with a dream. Mr. Strange is running away from fire, and he beats it with ice.
You call him Doctor Strange. Joe Buckley, even going back to WQVT, you never showed respect to our guests and their proper titles. You call him Doctor Strange. He earned
I
it.
don't believe. No. He probably got some help from Iron Man. I don't believe he earned that degree legit.
No, he was a surgeon. You said you saw the first movie. He was a brilliant surgeon. He had nothing to do with Iron Man.
I still think Iron Man helped him cheat in his bar.
Oh my lord, I wish I had an iron bar in my hand, Joe, because I would bring it down upon your visage over and over again. Just like you did to my heart and my career.
Why haven't you been able to get something else if it was all my fault, huh?
All your fart?
Give him a fine.
All my fault.
Fine.
What?
We're up to
$1,250
in fines.
Fine for not being able to use your thick tongue.
You know, that's basically what you just said there. That's disgusting.
I got a lot of shit
I
to
can't help
work
the size
through.
of my tongue, can I?
I got a lot of shit to work through with you, Buckley. A lot of these episodes, we're going to be working through our pasts. You and I together.
Okay.
Maybe we'll come to some understanding. But right now,
I don't believe so.
we're
I
off to
don't
the
believe so.
real wrong foot.
Well, just like me whenever I was walking into this theater. That's what I say. Off to the wrong foot.
Now, what do you tell me about Benedict Cumberbatch? How do you feel about Mr. Benedict Cumberbatch?
I don't really know him. Don't know him.
I mean, as an actor, do you like his performances?
In this film, I thought he was fine in this.
Have you seen him in other films other than Doctor Strange character?
I'd have to look up his IMDb. I'm not sure.
You don't know if you've seen Benedict Cumberbatch is a face you don't forget even when you're Joe Buckley. He's got a very distinct look, Joe.
Let me
know
look
if you've
at the
seen his
IMDb.
movies.
I would have to look at the IMDb. Let me see. He's been on The Simpsons. He's been in The Power of the Dog. He's been in What If.
I know what he's been in. I'm asking you.
He's been in Good Omens. I don't recognize any of it. He was the Grinch.
Yes, he was.
He was in Family Guy, The Quest for Stuff video game. He was in The Penguins of Madagascar. He's Smog in The Hobbit. Let me see. Star Trek, never seen it. Yeah, no, none of this, nothing.
So Doctor Strange is your only knowledge of the acting talents of Mr. Cumberbatch. You've never watched Sherlock or anything?
No, I haven't seen Zoolander 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, so yeah, that would be about it.
All right. So your opinion on Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be very small. So based basically on two movies just playing the same character.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, I thought he was fine. It wasn't anything special, but
Did you know that that's not his actual voice, Joe? That he's acting, and that he's not actually a Yank, as the character might lead you to believe.
Oh,
Does that make you feel any better about him?
Is he one of those dirty Brits?
He might be.
Okay,
Watch it,
okay.
Buckley.
No, that's fine.
You're an
That's fine with me.
international superstar.
Oh, I understand. I'm sorry for all you tea drinkers, all you rotten teethed queen worshippers. I'm sorry.
Well, Joe, you might want to slow your roll because we all know those bootlegs of you shitting your cloak on the set of WQVT have become very popular in England. Underground,
and lucrative.
Underground.
Well, you know what? Hey, joke's on you. Joke's on you.
trading.
Live Leak just got shut down. That video's gone.
No,
more
these
Live
are on
Leak,
CD.
no more shit
These
video.
are DVDs. These are on tapes. These are being traded
They
all
press
over the
them?
place.
When did they press them?
I don't know. I don't know how they got in the back of my van. I don't know how they got shipped UPS International. I don't know how these things happen, Joe. It's weird. Like I had all this access to all the footage of WQVT at my
Yeah,
fingertips,
because
but
you're
I
a
had nothing to do
stealer.
with it.
You're the thief. You're the film thief. Okay.
Oh.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'll remember that if I come across the footage of you picking your nose on set.
Mm.
Yeah, I saw you up there. I saw you. You had a whole thumb up your nostril.
So Doctor Strange has a dream. He meets up with in the dream. There's another superhero, a kid.
Yeah.
Who
you don't know that. You just think, like in the beginning of the dream, you just think there's some random woman in there.
Well,
Because you don't know anything about her.
we're about to learn. So
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess I'm curious. How did you feel about this action sequence, but the action overall? You know, because I feel that you've kind of expressed in the past that this sort of energetic, frenetic, visual effects heavy thing is beneath you. But I think it was a fun ride, if I'm being honest.
Here's what, yes, yeah, that's exactly, yeah. I mean, here's what I think whenever I kind of see these films. I think you're basically, like, in one of those 4D kind of chairs, and, like, there's, like, branches coming at you, and you got your 3D glasses on, and you're wowed, and you got the mist spraying on you, and there's like, a fart smell, because one of the characters farts. That's what I kind of think these films are. It's just kind of a 4D ride.
What do you want from a movie, Joe Buckley?
That is why we go to the cinema,
nice characters,
to experience other worlds, to experience things we never otherwise experience. So I think, hey, more power to you. If you can make me feel immersed in an environment that I've never been in a world, much like the Avatar 2 trailer that you didn't seem to care for, no. I think then it's been a successful movie.
No, I understand that. It's just that these kind of films never do anything for me.
Okay, but that doesn't make them beneath you. That just means it's not your cup of tea. You know what I mean, Joe? Just because you don't like something doesn't mean it sucks.
Yeah.
That's how it's always been our problem. That's always been our problem on set.
I don't think that Doctor Strange 2 sucked. And I think
that's fine.
A large majority of the viewing audience would agree that it does not suck.
Okay. But, I mean, I would say that most of the viewing audience for, like, let's say the Wild Thornberrys movie would also say that.
The Wild Thornberrys?
Yeah, or like the viewing audience of Jack and Jill.
Wait. Hold on a second. Have you seen the Thornberrys or Jack and Jill?
I've seen the Red Letter Media review of Jack and Jill. That was all I knew.
No,
Fine him $1 million.
Those are fines. You're not supposed to be talking about stuff that you've never watched.
Uh-huh.
I lobbied and passed legislation to make sure that you could never talk about movies you've never watched before.
Oh, that's one of the
censorship of the worst
I'm
kind.
Stick to it.
Yeah, that is one of the best
Doctor
pieces.
Strange wakes up. He doesn't have an erection. Nothing gets him hard anymore since, like, his wife left him.
He never had a wife.
And I had no idea what was going on with that character.
He never had a wife like you.
I have no idea.
Doctor Strange is the wives what you are to friends.
So much of this character development was explained in the first Doctor Strange movie, which you saw. I understand it was a long time ago, but that leaves little excuse.
Well, he's like lusting after her like a dog with a stiffy. Like, so I would have thought they would have been engaged at some point, but what? So she was just like a random woman that he knew?
As you saw in the first movie, they'd had a relationship and they were also colleagues. You understand how colleagues sometimes don't get along, Joe? I'm sitting right here with you. We were colleagues.
I saw the first Doctor Strange exactly one time. I barely remember it. I don't recall really caring that much about it or for it. And yet I was still able to, using context clues, figure out, oh, yes, this is the love interest from the past. It didn't work out, obviously, because we're going to her wedding for another man.
No, I understand that. I said former wife because I thought they were together at some point. I thought that's why he was, like, basically a simp, if you would call it.
I wouldn't.
Okay. So he looks on his broken watch, and that equals sad. We know he's sad because the watch is broken, and that symbolizes him.
Yeah, much like if I went into your basement and I took all those fucking pieces of cardboard that you spent all your fucking WQVT checks on,
excuse me,
and I destroyed all of those, you'd feel sad too.
I am a professional player. I am an award-winning player.
I just can't believe that you get royalties.
Uh-huh. Yeah, absolutely, and I deserve them. I cash those checks every single month they come in, and I don't feel bad. So somebody, I don't know who he is, comes up to Doctor Strange at the wedding to rub his lost love in his face. I don't know if I was supposed to know that guy or not.
Well, he had a small
also-
role in the first one.
Yeah. But again, I was able to kind of figure it out. But
Okay.
He looked different, though. He did look different.
He looked like a homeless man.
That's one
almost.
thing
I
about the
wasn't sure if that
Doctor
was kind of
Strange character. And the first movie, he was very arrogant, much like someone else I know in this room wearing a cheesy cloak. Both it looks cheesy and smells like cheese.
Absolutely
but he
not.
also had this character trait of being an encyclopedic knowledge of music and pop music, and that was a big thing in the early part of the first movie, and that's been kind of that character, little bit of character, has been completely dropped from the movies, and I bemoan that because that was something specific about that character. He loved and knew music, just the minutia, knew dates and everything, and then it was a character thing that then it was kind of like, well, now that he's a sorcerer, he has no hobbies anymore. He doesn't like music anymore. He doesn't think about that stuff.
Well, I guess Marvel doesn't have deep enough pockets to license the music out.
They weren't necessarily playing the music drops. He would just talk about it.
Okay.
During surgery.
All right, so Doctor Strange decides to do cool magician party tricks at the wedding, like he's some kind of clown that was hired.
Yeah, I know I know all about hiring a clown.
Oh, why? Why is that? You look in the mirror recently? You fill out a job application in the mirror? Is that what you've been doing, Hunter?
You can do better than that, Buckley, or maybe you can't. If you could have done better than that, we'd still have a show. We would still have a show. But that's fine. This is a new show, Doctor Strange Multiverse. It's a multiverse.
Multiverse
Multiverse or multiverse? Which one do you prefer?
I don't care for either.
Neither do I.
Yep. So Doctor Strange is suddenly interrupted with bang, boom, crash, kablooey. He looks outside and there's cars being shot around. And then he looks and there's a beholder from D&D. So he's got to go stop this scary
There's
eyeball.
There's nothing from D&D in this movie.
No, there absolutely is. It looks exactly like a beholder.
No.
Yes, it does.
Marvel.
Look up D&D beholder.
Marvel.
Yep. So, basically, there's like an eyeball, and it's whacking at stuff. Doctor Strange uses his magic cloak. He slaps at the tentacles. He cuts at them, and then just as the beholder is pulling apart the bust, you see it's got like a young girl in its arms, and it's gonna rip her apart. So Doctor Strange uses his fancy magic powers to save her.
Why are you pausing? There's not going to be any applause. Keep moving. We're
I
not
wasn't
on a
looking
show.
for a pause.
We
I
don't
was
have
looking
an
for
audience
interjection.
anymore. We don't have a
wanted
studio
to see
audience.
if anyone had anything to interject.
We used to
Not
have a studio
much.
audience. Not anymore,
Okay,
Buckley.
that's fine. So the Sorcerer Supreme comes in, and he's also whipping at him. But for some reason, two of the greatest magicians in the world aren't like big
Greatest?
enough to destroy like a tentacle thing.
Why are they greedy?
Wait, Gret?
Eh,
No, I said
eh.
the Sorcerer Supreme.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, so a whole big battle scene ensues, and eventually the Beholder is killed with a pole. I mean, this takes up like 10 minutes of the movie. I can't.
him for butchering.
I can't just go into action
for
scene
butchering
choreography.
know
That's
what?
part of the
language.
movie.
I want to
I
find him.
mean, on behalf of Merriam-Webster, yes.
Okay.
And Joe,
Okay.
was that a fucking dig at me when you said ensues instead of ensues? Like sued because I got sued because your fucking antics? Was that a dig at me?
Well, you know what? You're gonna have to listen back and find out.
You
Ain't that right,
son
big
of
boy?
a bitch.
Aha. So, it turns out, basically he saves American Chavez, and she says that dreams are actually
Back it up,
real life,
back it up.
but in
Okay.
different dimensions.
I can't. Okay, but just back it up. What's her name?
Okay. American Chavez?
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that's what you were saying.
Okay.
I don't know whether to find him or not, but
Okay.
It's close.
it is
and
close.
Mm-hmm. So basically she's got powers to open up the multiverse, but she can't actually do it properly. It's just whenever she gets spooked. So like if somebody comes up to her with an air horn, or like she sees a toad, she might accidentally like spawn you to hell, but otherwise she's useless at this point.
It's like how Mr. Buckley is able to be funny, but he can't control it.
Uh-huh. Well, you know what? Hey, you know what?
Joe Buckley.
Hey, you know what? A 20% success rate, that's better than zero.
Those are good numbers.
If Making Mud was walking the multiverse, Joe would be that character every time he gets scared.
Mm-hmm. So basically, Doctor Strange says, okay, I'm gonna go, these look like creepy ruins. I'm gonna go consult with somebody. So I guess I had to go watch a whole TV series to understand this. It's someone named Wanda, but she's actually a witch. She's a spooky witch. I don't know.
I want to break this down a little bit. So to Joe's credit, yes, the whole having to watch a whole television series is incredibly frustrating. I don't care for that one bit. However, I almost 100% certain that Joe went with a group of us to go see Age of Ultron, the debut of this character, played by Elizabeth Olsen. So I'm just baffled. So I understand. Maybe he saw it. Maybe he didn't. If he did,
I don't
he wasn't
know.
paying
I saw
attention.
one of the Avengers in theaters. I thought I saw the first Avengers. I don't know.
I swear to God, you went with us to see that. Anyway,
I
so
don't know,
yeah, we're in this little dream sequence, and he sees this woman, and I ask Joe, who do you think this is? He's like, is it Aunt May?
It was during, it was during the scene where she's like being motherly and like taking care of those two lad boys.
And then I say, no, try again. And you say, Doctor Strange's mommy from the past?
Yeah. I thought it was mommy.
He's like, no, try one more time. Like, is that Mary Jane? He's very insistent that it's related to Spider-Man.
I knew the Spider-Man was big. I thought we were going to see more
Spider-Man
Spidey.
is big, but Spider-Man had his crossover with Doctor Strange. That was his...
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Well, you live on the internet. I don't
I know.
Okay.
I know, Joe. I know. You don't see anything. You watch movies, but you don't watch anything.
I like watching. I like watching things some of the time.
Yeah, half
debatable.
The time, third of the time, a fourth of the time. The multiverse is the best thing to happen to Spider-Man and the worst thing to happen to the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
In general.
So
because now all bets are off, and who knows what the hell's going to happen. There's no stakes.
Yeah, we can go to any dimension.
People can die, come back, no stakes.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Because just think, like, if like we can get Iron Man again, we can get another Iron Man movie.
I hope not. I felt that in my bones when Iron Man sacrificed. That moved me in ways that I hadn't been moved since I saw you get slapped on the set of WQVT's The Benevolent Buckley Show, which you can find on this channel. I wept when Iron Man sacrificed himself. And I don't want that to be taken away from me by having him come back. I don't want that. Yeah. And the multiverse makes that possible.
Yep. So it's revealed that the pretty girl is actually an evil witch. Her hair turns all red and her eyes turn red. And then it's revealed that she's going to bake Chavez into a big pie.
He made the pie reference at one point, and I'll admit I laughed. I was a bit taken aback. But yes, I can confirm that he made a reference to a pie and a witch. Yeah. I don't really know how he conflated the two.
Hansel and Gretel.
Witch, Hansel and Gretel.
No. I mean, I understand that, but just like how you could, as like, wanting to do it. Anyway, yes.
All right, so it's time for an epic confrontation at the Doctor Strange Temple. Can thousands of magicians defeat one witchy bitch? I don't know. So, she's able to use her Jedi mind. I did watch it. She's able to use her Jedi mind tricks to put fear into the Shaolin monk's brain, and that makes the plan not work for them. Their armor ends up collapsing on them.
Shields?
I got shield.
Yeah. Joe, you talk with there's a bit of stank, a little bit of disdain when you describe these events, and to me, these events are no more absurd than the bullshit you and your cousin create in your brains when you're throwing down fucking cards at a table for 4 to 5 hours at a stretch. You know what I mean?
Well, but I didn't get $300 million to like throw around.
That's not the point. The point is, this is all fantasy, and it's all the same. One
I
is
think
not
some
better
of the
than the
stories
other.
we create with magic cards are better than this.
Horseshit.
No. Just think. Sometimes you can tap the Demir Cluestone to sack it. That's a better story.
I don't know
You
what
can sacrifice it and draw a card.
I don't know what the hell you just said.
I hope whatever your Demir Cluestone, it gets infected and it
No.
gets in your blood.
No. Absolutely not. You could be in the Phyrexian arena, and that lets you pay life to draw cards. That's a good story.
This
That's
is a
better than
fine.
this. What? No, I'm just describing magic.
I
No!
baited you into a fine, Buckley. I still got it.
Okay, that's fine. So we see the awesome Minotaur monk, and we really hope in our hearts that he doesn't die. And luckily, he doesn't. Just to spoil it for you people. So the witch tries to Avada Kedavra him, but it doesn't work because of the shields. Eventually, she's able to overpower them, and she gets into the temple, but she steps on the Goonies booby trap, and that right there stops her in her tracks.
He did proclaim that, yes, it's a Goonies booby trap. Yeah. I was looking more for slick shoes. That was I was hoping for that.
So at one point, she's like basically thinking about like all the fun times she can have like with her kids. Are these kids like alive, or are they just imagination? I didn't
they're
understand
not real. The WandaVision television show, which I enjoyed, but it doesn't have any rewatch value for me. Having said that, that's all. This is kind of like the denouement of that show. This movie is kind of like the climax of that show. Those kids are not real, but she created them through mind and took over an entire town. And this movie says that maybe those kids do exist in one of the many other universes.
Well,
because
actually, the movie says in no uncertain terms that those kids exist in every other universe.
But that
So
doesn't make
our
sense.
Wanda apparently got the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
And if they're that abundant, and you have access to the multiverse in any aspect, I feel like you can calm down a little bit and you don't have to worry so much about getting them right away. I think it'll be
she's
fine.
like a god Jesus, like why doesn't she just like kind of like carve the boys out of wood and give them life? I don't know. Because it seems like she's got every other power. Why can't she do that?
I don't know.
Then we don't have a story.
Yeah. I don't know. She could have Pinocchio boys. That sounds good enough. Why doesn't she just try Xanax?
Maybe that'll be WandaVision 2.
Okay.
Maybe she'll get a second season. Must be nice to get a second season. I don't know what that's like.
It would be if certain people wouldn't invite maniacs on the set, and if some people wouldn't interfere with the production. But you know how that goes.
I had nothing to do with any of that.
You did that.
Mm-hmm. What? No.
You did that, Buckley.
No, that was a contest. There was a contest for the show.
Yeah, it's your idea.
22 minutes remaining.
Okay.
Let's move on. Get to the Bruce Campbell bit.
Okay, I'm almost there. So I wrote down, if she spent a month raising those kids, she'd probably just drown them in the tub. So Doctor
That was
Strange,
really worth it. Thank you for that joke. Thankfully you spat that out.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? I come in with material. I am ready. I am ready to go. I have stuff. I prepare.
That's new.
Mr. Buckley, you're not court ordered to do a stand-up routine. You're court ordered to watch a movie and give an earnest review of it.
Okay.
And might I remind you, you have 21 minutes, 32 seconds to fulfill your obligation, or you will incur severe fines from Hollywood.
Uh-huh. So they get pushed into the multiverse, and then they redo the same trippy sequence from the first film.
Not
they
really.
go to
I
Beeville
think
at some
there's
point.
a lot of fun stuff in that, and I think if you were paying close attention, you would have enjoyed it. Like, oh, that's fun. There's a whole skeleton world. I want to see skeleton world.
But we
I
didn't.
love that.
We just saw it for a flash.
We saw a bit of it. Admittedly, the multiverse of madness in this movie leads a little bit to be desired, because we really only see like 3 different realities. But still, the thought of what could be out there is just a little taste. That's fun. That's exciting. I think it deserves.
I brought this up during the screening. Wasn't this supposed to be a horror film, or no? Am I wrong on that? Like, wasn't this thing
No,
extremely, like, this is gonna be the first horror MCU, they said?
No. So here's I want to bring this up. So prior to the confrontation at the where the wizards live, made some comment about her killing them or something. And I said, well, Joe, this movie's a little dark. And you said 20 minutes in, no, it's not. And I was like, well,
Yeah,
it gets darker, Joe.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, we'll see. And then that's when our conversation about Sam Raimi occurred, when you made your comment about how he had no influence on the look of the movie. Just for context for all of you out there.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Now, what
And
they
Joe,
could have
you're
done
also
is
thinking
whenever.
You're also thinking of when it had Scott Derrickson gonna come back to direct, and the original screenwriter. They said,
Yeah. I mean, it was supposed to be a big horror movie. That's what they were all saying.
that's what they said. But then things happened, and different writers, new director.
Yeah, it got MCU'd.
Well, hold on. Got MCU'd. What
Sounds
is this little
derogatory.
phrase? What does this phrase mean to you?
Just very tonally the same as all the other films.
I don't think this film feels the same as Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and it doesn't feel like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
I think that's a fine. I think that was
Fine.
an absolute statement. I think that was I think there's a fine there.
It's on the books.
Oh, uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So I put down that whenever they were going through multiverses, they could have done a cameo from Rick and Morty could have said something like, geez, I'm Multiverse Morty.
Well, yeah, because
And then the kids would have
why
been
not?
clapping.
I mean, how mainstream basic does it get than Rick and Morty? I mean, just go into any fucking mall. It's Rick and Morty, Rick and Morty, Rick and Morty. Yeah,
Oh,
Joe,
yeah, it's big.
Mr.
And they were just in
Mainstream
Space Jam.
Buckley, Rick and Morty, mainstream Buckley.
Mm-hmm.
Rick and Morty were not the first characters to introduce a multiverse of sorts, Joe. Have you ever seen the Jet Li movie War?
No, I
he's
haven't.
Not.
Oh, Joe, you're missing out. And it predates Rick and Morty by, I don't know, 30 years.
No, I understand that Rick and
Good
Morty is
time.
not the first thing for the multiverse. That's just like the big thing that everybody's talking about the multiverse now.
Yeah, well,
That's why I figured there would be a little
no one's
cameo.
talking about war, and I'm frustrated. So
Okay. Well, now that it's on the podcast, maybe people will check it out.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we go into a new universe, and at this point, you walk on red instead of green. Everything's topsy-turvy. Pizza is actually just balls. You get pizza balls in this universe. And we get the Bruce Campbell cameo. He gets yellow mustarded.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay.
I just don't know why you had to specify yellow mustarded.
Well,
Yeah, you should get a fine every time you pause for jokes and comedy you think you're going to get.
Uh-huh. That's fine. It's like a... Well, here, Oh, okay. No, sorry,
Do you
I lost my
speak
place
English?
in my notes.
What
I
is
speak
going
English
on?
perfectly fine. I speak
Am I
English
in the
perfectly
multiverse? Is my face
You might
opening up
be.
into weird segments? Am I turning
Uh-huh.
into a Jenga puzzle?
fine. Uh-huh. It turns out that your mom is actually an elephant in this universe. And now you have to live with elephant
Yeah.
mommy.
You're the one with the big ass. Your mom's the one with the big fucking ass.
My mother is a wonderful
saw
woman. She
it.
called in many times to support me on the show, and that's a wonderful thing for a mother to do.
Yeah, your mom did a lot to get you on that show, and that's all I'm going to say. I regret a lot of it.
Mm-hmm. So it's revealed that American Chavez accidentally beat away her mommies. She got stung by a bee, and she was so frightened that she teleported away her mommies. So Doctor Strange has to go to the new sanctuary in this... Well, I guess not... The sanctuary in this universe. And there's a guy there who wanted to kill him in his timeline, but in this one he doesn't, although maybe he does because he drugs him. They end up putting edibles in the tea that Doctor Strange and America are drinking.
Mhm.
So they wake up in basically like a glass, like kind of fish tank. He's got magic handcuffs on. And it's like because I don't know how I don't know how their powers work. What? Like he needs to use his hands like every time he uses magic. He hasn't like.
I
has
think
the
the
s- the
implication is
sling
that the
ring.
handcuffs take away magic ability.
Okay.
I'm fairly
Okay.
certain.
I mean, I guess that's fine if they can do that.
Because at one point he's only got one handcuff on, and so does his adversary, and they're both unable to perform magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has to have that
there's
sling
another.
ring.
Yeah, there's a scene with the Scarlet Witch, and like basically she's like thinking about like being with her boys, but then it's like a nightmare world. Like her teacup is actually a wave of water, and like her picture like turns and frowns at her.
So I think you might have missed what's going on there, because that's as it is a nightmare sequence, but she's actually being possessed by herself from another universe, which is a very important plot point in this movie,
Yes.
because it is used throughout.
Dream walking.
So if you missed the dream walking part, then I understand why you might be confused. But I have no sympathy.
Oh, okay.
I understand.
Well, at one point,
but I have no sympathy.
At one point, she says she's taking out the trash, and I thought it would be nice if it cut to a DVD copy of Doctor Strange 2 on the top of the trash can.
Yeah. I meant to fine you for that as well. Because
Why? That's a good line.
Well, I mean, no.
Fine has been added.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So basically, Doctor Strange is summoned to the Illuminati, and the Illuminati are Mr. Fantastic, Dr. X, and like a bunch of other people. I have no idea who they are.
Okay, you know, you did it again. You know he's Professor X.
Oh, no, I thought it was Dr. X.
No.
Okay, no, that's fine. Okay.
Famously, he's
I'm not
Professor
a big X-Men
X.
guy. I don't know. Okay.
I love X-Men.
Okay, that's fine. I saw a comic where Wolverine had to kill a kid because he was a nuclear bomb. That was cool. So
the
basically,
only bomb here is the one who just spoke last before me.
The only bomb in here is the time you made explosive diarrhea in the sink at the set. You remember that, Hunter?
Hunter
That was a
has
pretty
not
big
been.
bomb.
Hunter's not been barred from using WQVT restroom facilities. You have been. So the record shows that you have poor bathroom manner.
Yeah.
The only reason that happened is because the studio did not provide a pair of poop scissors for me, so I could chop up the large turds.
Yes.
That's the only reason I
make
plugged
sure
that.
to talk about Reddit. Bubby likes Reddit.
I know.
All
I
I
like some
know-
Reddits. They're good.
All I know is that multiple times I went into the bathroom at the WQVT studios and I heard Nana.
What? Hair gel? What? You hear hair gel coming? Why? What's wrong with that?
I don't know what it was, but it was enough to bother me. And you got written up, and you were barred from
Brushing your
using the
teeth is a
bathrooms.
problem? Brushing your teeth is bad? Okay,
Brushing your teeth is one thing. Brushing your taint is another.
Yeah.
12 minutes.
Okay, I really gotta summarize this movie. So,
He likes that vibrating toothbrush.
So Doctor Strange is revealed to be a nasty bad guy in these people's dimension. He was meddling where people shouldn't meddle. Even though he's like a super sorcerer, he shouldn't use his powers to try to help. He should just, I don't know, lie down and die, I guess. So basically, he accidentally destroyed a whole universe, and then they had to kill him for it. So they don't trust this Doctor Strange. I think all Doctor Stranges are nasty and bad. But so he baits one of the people. No, he baits one of the Illuminati into fighting with him, while the others heroically sacrifice themselves to try to stop the Scarlet Witch. Mr. Fantastic gets turned into spaghetti.
Yeah, this is a fun sequence. It's a lot of fan service, especially, but it's still, there's a lot of fun stuff, dark stuff. So I hope you don't gloss over it, because, you know, there's a lot to unpack here.
I remember there was a guy who, I guess he could yell really loud and kill people, and she took away his mouth.
Yes, that's cool.
I remember somebody got hit with a shield. Is that supposed to be the new Captain America?
What happened?
Just
not new Captain America. It's an alternate universe Captain America, which I know you won't know this, but this is from a What If series, which, again, I'm frustrated about, you know, the inclusion of all that. But Yeah, it's a Captain America type.
Okay.
But she gets cut in half. You can tell me that's not interesting to
No
you?
blood. There is no blood.
There's blood in this.
Yeah.
You see
a tiny bit of blood.
You see the bloody shield right after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, but I mean, there's no decapitation wounds. Like you don't see
You know what? I think
Oh
the
my God,
the implication that a dude's brain was fucking exploded inside of his head, that's cool. You don't need to see the explosion. Again, I'm gonna cite the precedent of Jaws for the record.
Yes, please do.
You don't need to see it. It's a cool thing. Just thinking about it. Ooh, give me the willies.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, The Shining,
but you
we got
do
to
see a
see
lot in
nothing.
Jaws.
The Shining, we saw fucking
no.
nothing. The ghost was
There
a
are
kid's finger going.
there are hundreds of subliminal details in The Shining that your brain understood were happening.
Subliminal
And that's why
is exactly
Yeah,
what we're
they're fake.
talking about. You see
No,
nothing.
absolutely not. No, your brain saw hundreds of scary things.
You saw nothing.
9 minutes.
Absolutely not. 9 minutes. Okay. So Professor X, basically kind of tries to go into the witch's mind and pull out the good mommy, but the bad mommy comes in and crushes her with rocks.
Not exactly, but sure.
Okay.
But more importantly, what happens in there? What happens to Professor X?
He gets his head twisted.
Right.
Yeah.
Killing him
So
in the real world.
I was gonna ask if like Professor X is actually dead then, but no, it's a multiverse. It
Oh
doesn't
no,
matter.
it was a massacre, Joe. That's kind of the whole point.
But
They're
no,
all-
but what I'm saying is it doesn't matter to the because it's a different unit. It didn't happen.
I kind of doubt we're ever going to see Patrick Stewart as Professor X again
No.
after this.
Yeah,
I
thought they got the rights to
this was a
Fantastic Four.
farewell to that.
but
This was a
Patrick
farewell
Stewart,
to that.
I don't think he. I mean, they already transitioned him out once when he was a complete Fox property. I don't think we're going to really see him again. But it was fun to see him. I enjoyed
Yeah.
it, and I know you've seen X-Men before, and
I've
I'm
seen
sure.
the first 2 or 3 X-Men, I think.
Yeah, and they're great. So
Why haven't you
I'm
should
sure it
watch
was
Logan.
a normal person would have been a joy to see. Oh, look, they got Patrick Stewart as Professor X again. That's neat.
Yeah. You want all your gore and shit, Joe, in a comic book movie, watch Logan. He's killing people left and right like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Let's get to it. You
basically,
have 7 minutes.
that's why I'm trying to hurry it up. They're traveling through underground tunnels. He's Doctor Strange is like slamming doors shut on the witch, but it does no effect. But whenever he gets water on her, she don't like that one bit. That's gonna buy him some time.
It's like Joe.
Where are they going though? What is the MacGuffin that they're after at this point?
So
Why
there's
are they under these tunnels?
Good Book and Evil Book. They're trying to find Good Book, and Witch has Evil Book, and that's bad. That's nasty.
Okay,
book, evil book.
Yeah.
I'll accept that.
Yeah. So Doctor Strange is able to use his crappy broken watch that, like, I guess was on his hand whenever he got in the wreck to
Crap watch.
Yeah.
Quit
He's
calling
able
it
to-
a crap watch, Joe. You're being facetious about something that means something to him, that has sentimentality, when you are sitting downstairs over on a stack of fucking cardboard that you also have sentimentality for. You are not above it.
Okay, that's perfectly fine.
I'm going to put my hands on the side of your head and squeeze until your eyeballs go.
Well, you know what? You shouldn't do that. You know what? You should enjoy me as a co-host. You should give me respect, and you should give me love, like I deserve.
I lost
like
a
every
career
human being.
because of you.
6.5 fucking minutes, Buckley.
So the witch is able to get American Chavez, and pushes the other two into a dead dimension. So basically everything's all gray. There's water all over the ground. There's a little twister. And Doctor Strange gets the big idea, like, hey, maybe I should go see if there's a Doctor Strange in this universe. And there is. Now, I guess, like, Nick said that, like, he can conjure up, like, food and water and shit, so, like, he doesn't really need anything to survive. I guess he's probably just been, like, playing with himself this whole
I
time.
don't think
know
that's
what he's been
anyone's
doing.
huge concern at this point. Well, I wonder in the dystopian
I wonder
dimension.
in the dead hell
I wonder
dimension
what
how
he's
this person's
eating.
being able to alive.
Is he eating? That's good. I hope he has plumbing. These are the
I know
things that are going through
everyone.
your head.
I know everyone else is dead, but it's cool that this character we need to be alive is still alive.
Yeah.
Joe's only reasons on this earth are the two C's: consume and create waste. Consume and create waste. So that's all he thinks about. Where are they going
Absolutely
poo-poo?
not.
Where are they going Edie?
So it's revealed that alternate Doctor Strange has been meddling with evil no-no magic, and that his mind has been corrupted. They have a fight with musical notes, much like a Looney Tunes bit.
And this was fun. You got to admit that this was fun. This is interesting to watch.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine.
Conceptually,
There's
it's
at
like,
least
oh,
something
Joe hates
different.
visuals.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Joe hates anything visual.
Hates it. Can't stand it.
Yeah. I like scripts. I'm a big script fan. So Doctor Strange.
Imagine writing the notes for this action. It's how choreographed it has to be. Don't brush over it.
This is
Well,
cinema,
no, I mean,
Joe.
that-
Show, don't tell. Show, don't tell. Fuck your script. This is cinema. This is the definition of pure cinema, whether you like it or not.
What? Action? Just like big bolts
Visuals
of
like
lightning?
this. Visually enriching storytelling. Story told through visuals more so than words. And yes, this movie's got a ton of exposition, but this moment is all tone poem. It's all visual, which is the essence of cinema.
But I mean, isn't the Smurfs visual? That whole film is a very visual
No!
kind of thing.
Not in the same respect.
Everyone's blue, and the world
15
is bright.
frames of the horse riding didn't have anything to say. I hated that. Oh, that train coming at us. Oh no, what does it have to say? This is stupid. I hate it. Can you imagine Joe Buckley at the dawn of the cinema? Oh my god.
That train
This
coming
is
right for me.
boring.
That's contrived.
3 minutes 37
Okay.
seconds.
So Doctor Strange battles it out with evil Doctor Strange and impales him on a fence. He needs to use the nasty book in order to dream weave into a different Doctor Strange's mind. But there is no Doctor Strange in the alternate universe. Or is there? Then we flash over to the dead Doctor Strange from earlier in the film, and he rises from the grave.
Which is good. This is a good thing. It's fun.
Yeah. He tries to go to Mount Sauron, but some nasty demons are going to drag him back down to hell where he belongs. But then he's reminded that since he's the sorcerer of evil, he can actually control the demons, and he makes them into a big cape. So he goes up to confront the witch, and even though again she's ostensibly supposed to be like God, I guess she doesn't like demons. She's never dealt with a skeleton or a demon before. Really freaks her out, and she's able to get pulled into a big monkey ball that his the Sorcerer Supreme summons.
Keep going.
No, I am.
Ain't no pausing for fucking applause.
It's revealed that the power of a mother's love can be any superhero, even the Hulk, and he can throw cars. So whenever this mommy injures the other mommy of the boys are scared of her, and she realizes that she was the big bad this whole time.
We don't have time for this, but America opens a portal so that she can show her the error of her ways and show her the other dimension, and she's confronted by the children that she wants so bad, and they are horrified of her. That's what you need to say, because that's what we see.
Okay.
That's important.
Okay. So she decides to sacrifice herself because the evil book must be destroyed. And she's able to destroy it in every single universe along with herself. We cut back. American Chavez is now in the Shaolin Temple. She's able to make the circles that Doctor Strange made in the first film. So everything's going good. Her training's going very good now. So we cut to end credits scene. Oh no, before we do that, we cut and we reveal that Doctor Strange has spooky third eye, just like evil Doctor Strange had because he used the bad book. So some different things might happen because of that in the next movies, we don't know. But then it's revealed that the Purple Lady is here.
I don't know why you're calling her as the Purple Lady, as if we've ever seen this Purple Lady before.
No.
We see a Purple Lady.
Oh, I thought she was a hero or something. I have no
shows
idea.
up as a character, and she's now part of the MCU.
Okay.
I don't know in what capacity.
43 seconds.
Okay, and then the second end credits is another scene of Bruce Campbell.
That's funny.
If
Yeah,
If-
yeah, it was fine.
if you didn't know that was Bruce Campbell at the end of the movie,
I
and
would
no
have
one
no
told-
idea what that
and
was
no
doing
one
there.
told
Yeah.
you wouldn't have
Why is the
gotten
pizza guy there
that,
again?
that little payoff. And I just
This is for
I don't know.
yeah, that was for fans of Sam Raimi, Joe. And Bruce
Yeah.
Campbell. Guys have
Yeah.
been there since the early days.
I bet his car's in this movie too. I didn't.
I didn't see it. I was looking for it. I didn't see it.
There's a good Easter egg in there with part of the Sam Raimi crew is Bob Murawski, who's his editor and has been his editor for a long time, also runs a Blu-ray label called Grindhouse Releasing that puts out The Beyond, puts out Pieces, puts out Gone with the Pope, a lot of several weird underground movies. There's a shot in Doctor Strange where on top of a taxi, you have like ads, you see a Grindhouse Releasing.
Okay. I mean, that's fine for him, yeah. But I mean, the only
Well, you
the
should
only
know
Sam
about
Raimi I
Grindhouse
really
Releasing, Joe. I just
no, I
explained
know
to you
of
the
them. I
shit they
know of
put
them.
out. You should be familiar and a fan of.
Yeah,
That alone should have made you go, yeah, cool.
yeah.
That's
I
obscure
mean, the
as
only
fuck.
Sam Raimi's
In a
Mr.
Marvel
the
Buckley,
only
Mr. Buckley, you are out of time, and you need to say one nice thing about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
A real thing.
It was nice that they let him do like the Sam Raimi like close-ups like once or twice. That was fine to see. Okay.
I didn't.
Any other final thoughts, gentlemen?
As like a 15% viewer of like the Marvel like catalog, I have no idea what they're doing with like Morbius and Doctor Strange. Like it's just,
Morbius
like,
is not involved in this.
it's a Marvel film. What do you mean?
It's a Marvel property, but it's not part of the MCU. It's made by another company.
So you just get to pick and they get to pick and choose now? That's convenient of them.
Before the MCU, all these movies were singular. The MCU was special because it was making a crossover just like the comic books. Before that, for the first, however many years, the movies were by themselves. So the Fantastic Four movie had nothing to do with any of the other movies and vice versa, etc., etc. So not every fucking comic book movie is necessarily part of the MCU, even though it's Marvel, because different
No, but I thought there was that
studios own
purple
different
shit
properties.
like the end of Morbius, and I thought Doctor Strange showed up. So it's all tied in.
not
It's
part
all
of
like the same
MCU.
thing.
Kevin Feige didn't produce it. Oh, it's not Disney. Victoria Alonso's name probably wasn't on it. Louis D'Esposito. All these people you see at the end of every Marvel movie.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't keep up with this, so I guess you guys would know more than me. But it said it was a Marvel film.
Yeah, well, you could do. Yeah, but if you wanted to, you could just. It's not hard to find this info without even watching the movies. Just Google it.
Okay, I'll look up. Is
Morbius in the
Morbius
MCU.
connected?
Joe did think that this entire movie was about Loki for some reason. I'm not sure.
I thought Loki was gonna be in Loki.
I don't know why
Loki.
you.
They're
I
pumping
don't know
Loki.
why you'd think that. I don't know what
Because
whatever.
there was just a Loki series. I thought Loki was gonna be in it.
All right,
I mean,
gentlemen,
who
we
knows?
are
He
out
may
of
be in the next
time.
Thor.
Unless you would like Mr. Buckley to keep getting fined for overages.
Oh.
I would not like
He
that.
got
no.
out when we walked out of the theater. He stretched and said, "Yeah, I almost fell asleep." There, find him for that.
I was
Okay.
no. I yawned a couple times. I was getting tired.
Final fines.
$3,750.
For this movie, you have not paid for Morbius.
Getting off light.
I don't believe so. That is my money, and I need it now.
Yeah, you owe me money still, Buckley. You owe
Why?
me from
Why? Why is that?
from the lawsuit.
Well,
The
you know
civil
what? You can
suit.
pry it out of my cold, dead hands.
You know what? I'd actually be willing to give up that money just to see your dead hands.
Why? You expect me to die
You
in the
ruined
toilet?
my life. You ruined my life, Joe Buckley. And throughout this summer, we're going to work through all of our past issues, and we're going to do it by watching big popcorn blockbusters. So strap in, Buckley. Hunter
Oh,
and Joe
hooray.
back together again.